Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, and I can't lie, this is one of the most exciting episodes I do all year. We are comparing 2023 to 2024 and seeing the growth of the company. I do think it's really important to sit back sometimes because when you're a business owner, you're in the weeds so much, and I do try to take this heat is bloody boiling. I do try to take an aerial view most of the time, but it you don't realize how far you've come. And I'm not saying by any such imagination, anywhere near where I want to be, but I'm going to turn this down. This is ridiculous. There we go. Um, yeah, I'm not saying I'm anywhere near where I want to be, but we've come a long way since 2023. So it's nice to take stock and take a minute and just say, yeah, well done. Pat on the back. I don't think we give ourselves pats on the back very much as people, as humans, as business owners, as mums, as dads, as husbands, as wives, as friends, as brothers. I think sometimes we've got to take stock and just see how far we have come. Right. Okay. So 2024 review. So we've gone through in previous episodes the individual sites, 2023 versus 2024 for Beverly, Willoughby, da 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 da. We've done it all. If you haven't listened to those, go back and check them out. There's loads of podcasts about them. But what I want to do now is combine them all and see the revenue increase, the square foot increase. So I'm gonna combine everything, and I'm only gonna come because I'm not because on the when we was comparing other sites, individual sites, we had chain rate, square foot occupied, and revenue. But for this podcast, what we're gonna do, we're not gonna combine chain rate because obviously chain rates it's different depending on which sites. Some are mature, some are still growing, so you can't really compare them all and put them all together. So you can't put them all together and combine them. And so we're only going to look at square foot occupied and revenue. This isn't profit, by the way, it's just revenue. Right, let's start the revenue at Beverly. So I'm going to run through each individual site and then do a total. So Beverly, in 2023, it was 179,000 takings revenue. In 2024, it was 194. So that's a £15,000 increase. Willoughby, 2023 was £870,000. 2024 was 943, a £73,000 increase. And by the way, we are going to hit that £1 million this year comfortably at Willoughby. I say comfortably. I think it will be comfortably. Oh, Jesus. um, I think it'll be definitely comfortable. I say, oh, Jesus, because the Pagona is rocking and rolling in the wind. Hope you can hear me all right. Wrexham, £122,000 was the revenue there in 2023. 2024, it was 196. So we increased revenue by £74,000 there. So really big numbers there. Really happy with that. Mansfield, 2023 was 7K. Obviously, we only just opened. We've only been open 6 weeks. And in 2024, it was 263,000. So the increase was 256K. Wow. And I still think, by the way, we're going to increase by over £200,000 at Mansfield this year as well. Well, around, if we get to 450, it'll be over the moon. So yeah, 200K. Clough Road, the increase was it was 2023 was 264K. And in 2024, it was 336K. So the increase was 72K. Lovely jubbly, mate. Glasgow, we won't open 2023. The revenue in 2024 was 15K. So there was, I suppose the increase is 15K. So total revenue in 2023 was £1,442,000. I round up and down, to the nearest £1,000. In 2024, it was £1,947,000. So the increase was £505,000. So we increased our revenue 505K. So that's a percentage increase of 35%. I think that is wonderful. Wonderful. 35% increase. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's self-storage. You're always going to have an increase because you've got a mature site. Not a mature site, sorry. You've got a site that's in fill-up, lease-up, which is Mansfield, and we're going to see a big increase. It's like at Glasgow, we're going to see, if we take 100K there, you're going to see a 100K increase, hopefully, in somewhere like Glasgow this year. So you are going to see big step ups, but it's okay. It's okay predicting that we've got to achieve it. So hopefully we'll continue to do that in 2025. 2025. Now, it's hard for me to actually state what I've stated what we want our targets for each individual site this year, but it's hard for me to say a collective revenue. If we continue doing what we do, I'm hoping to increase by around about £500,000 again with our current sites. However, there will be extra sites on the horizon. Like we've earmarked this Friday to talk about to sign forms to sign the lease for the new site. I can't say where it is just yet, but that's where we're hopefully going to have another site. It's a container site. It's our massive, massive site. It's our biggest container site yet, and I think it's like 2.2 acres, which is tremendous. And so obviously with that as well, there'll be an increase in revenue because of that one. And hopefully that won't be the only site that we ever acquire. I'm going to go big into acquisitions this year as well. So if you want to sell your self-storage, hit me up, deanbooty at iCloud.com, DENBOOTY. Couldn't respond my own name then, at iCloud.com. And yeah, we can talk. So hopefully with the current sites, I'll do 2.5 million. And with the new sites coming on board as well, who knows what it could be. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5 million, because we could purchase a site that's already only £1 million. So we don't know. It's exciting. It really is exciting this next year, because I don't know where it's going to take us. If we don't do anything, it'll be £2.5 million, I'm sure, the revenue. But if we add on extra sites, open extra sites, and acquire sites, then I'd be gutted if it wasn't over £3 million, really, realistically, this year. So really exciting times. I'm genuinely really excited. Right, this is square foot now, occupancy. So occupied square foot. 2023 at Beverley, it was 6,400. 2024, it was 6,300. So there's the decrease of 100 square foot. Willoughby, it was 28,000 square foot occupied in 2023. 2024, it was 3,100. 31,000. 3,000 what? 31,200. So we increased 3,200. Mansfield, it was 6,600 in 2023. In 2024, this is a close, by the way. This is December 31st. A close of play December 2024 was 19,200. So an increase of 12,600. Really impressive Mansfield there. An average of over 1,000 square foot net every single month. Beautiful stuff. Clough Road, 11,600 was 2023. 2024 was 12,700. So it was an increase of just 1,100. Clough Road, it's a decent site, but it's a tough old site. We're miles under 70% full there at Clough Road. And it's tough because we've got a great location. We've outpositioned everybody, but there's just so many people around, so much competition down there. So really, really tough site, Clough Road. So nobody up and near me. There's no room. Stop it. So yeah, square foot increase was 1,100 on Clough Road. Wrexham, we had, and by the way, somebody's just a removals firm have opened right behind me. And when you go into my site, you can see their big containers. And right, Wrexham, 2023, it was 7,200 square foot occupied. In 2024, it was 9,700. So we increased 1,500 there. Glasgow, NA, not applicable in 2023. 2024 was 5,900. So I guess the increase is 5,900. So in 2023, in total, the square foot occupied that we had was 59,800. 2024 square foot occupied is 85,000. So the increase from 2023 to 2024 was 25,200. That's an increase of 42%. We increased our square footage by 42%. This year, we'll finally get into 6 figures occupied. I can't wait to be that magic moment when we're over 6 figures. That will be awesome. Really, really happy there. The totals. Revenue increased 505,000. Square foot increased by 25,200. I think that's a pretty goddamn good year. I'm over the moon with it. However, one thing I do want to point out, I was having a meeting with somebody last week, and I always want to get across that it's not always easy. We're showing you high level here, the revenue increase and the square foot increase. And you're thinking, overall, if you take a step back and think, pretty good year, no problems there. Oh man, it could be further from the truth. there's always problems. There's always issues. There's always struggles. There's always massive fuck ups mainly by me. Um, and that's just the nature of business. That's just the nature of it is. So I never ever want to pretend that we don't have any problems, that we don't have issues. One of the big things, and I keep saying it all the time, is cash flow in self storage. And just imagine Mansfield, when we first opened, it is £120,000 a year rent. The rates are £60,000 a year. We've got half price rent for 18 months, so that helps. But we've got the rent, we've got the rates, we've got the capital expense, we've got the electric, we've got the staffing, we've got all the bills to pay, the repayment of loans because obviously we've got the capital expense. We've got to take loans for inside, so we've got to take on board that we're going to take on debt, and we've got to repay that debt. But then stuff like that we don't take on debt for is the palisade fencing, the gate system, the signs, which was a shitloads of money, but it was a great investment. All the we put some rugs down, not rugs, carpet when you come in and stuff. Things like that you don't even think of. I think we paid half for the lift and half we paid ourselves. And so all things like that, it's so much money. It's so much money. And then, like I said, then the running costs, not only the capital expense costs that start off with, but then you've got the running costs where you've got the rent, you've got the rates, you've got the electric, you've got the staff, you've got the repayment of the loans. And then what's your revenue when you first start? Zilch. And every single month it goes up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. But overall, for a year, you're losing money. And so, yes, self-storage is an amazing business, but you've got to remember when you first open, there is a negative cash flow position that you're in. So I said to the chap I was talking to, I was like, please don't think that we've got loads of money sat in the bank and there's loads of money to do this, that, and the other, because there isn't. We haven't. We're always, don't get me wrong, we're probably in the best position we've been in a long time, in a long, long, long time. But there's still issues. So I really wanted to highlight that because the last thing I want to do is to paint a picture where everything's easy, everything's good, everything's fantastic in self-storage, because long term it is. Self-storage is the best vehicle to create wealth that I know of, including property, including other businesses. I'm in masterminds with loads of different business owners, and this is the best wealth creation vehicle that I can see. And even my mentors now think exactly the same. So yes, self-storage is amazing. However, please don't think there isn't struggles, there isn't issues, there isn't cash flow problems, because there is. And so I never want to paint a picture of like, oh yeah, just open a self-storage. It's easy. Don't get me wrong, container sites are a little bit different because you don't need as much money to open up, and you can expand one container, two containers, three containers at a time. You don't need to go like we did 600 grand shop fit for Mansfield. And then we're doing the next shop fit, which is going to be a few £100,000 as well. So you don't need to do that. So it's different for container sites. It costs less money to start up, but the revenue's a lot less as well. Ultimately, when your site's mature, you're going to take more money from an indoor site than you are an outdoor site. All things being equal, the size and stuff. Right. So I just wanted to really, really highlight that. Ultimately, 2024 was an awesome year. I cannot wait to see what 2025 brings. Hopefully, we'll have some big announcements coming in the next couple of months. And it's going to be a very, very interesting time. And I can't wait to share the journey with you guys. Whatever your business, if it's self-storage, if it's somewhere else, whatever it is, I wish you the best of luck for 2025. Fingers crossed we all have, number one, a healthy year, and number two, a prosperous year. And I feel weird talking about this. When I'm recording this, it's January the 27th. But yeah, all right, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. And I will speak to you tomorrow. Sarah.